I've honestly gotten a lot of really great advice, some from posts, some from coffee chats, one-on-one with different folks on LinkedIn. I think the one that's had like the biggest outsized impact on me was I used to always run discovery a certain way. And I saw a lot of success at Gong doing it, where I would just kind of open up and ask something like, hey, Jeff, what are your top 2 to 3 strategic priorities for the year? I learned from a seller on LinkedIn who's a RVP at MongoDB, Kyle AC, mentioned that that's really not a strong way of going about things. Buyers and VPs of sales are kind of sick of the questions around what are your pain points, what keeps you up at night, what are your top priorities. So to get a much stronger answer, something he recommended was coming with a certain point of view when you kick off discovery and having it be like really strong and formulated around your research with that account, but holding on to it really, really loosely. So, as an example, instead of just saying, hey, Jeff, what are your top 2 to 3 strategic priorities? I might say, hey, Jeff, I saw you just took over as chief revenue officer 3 months ago. Typically, brand new CROs are focused on X, Y, and Z. And I saw at Able, you just launched this new product. Is this the number one most important thing in your world? It then gets a really good response of either yes, and you can start to go down that conversation, or Jeff will be like, wow, that's super impressive that he put in all that research, all that time, and share a different take of like, hey, that's super important, but actually, Brian, XYZ is the number one thing I'm focused on. So it's really just impact. I think discovery is one of the most important parts in our sales process. And that advice of bringing a really strong point of view, but holding on to it loosely has really shaped the last year of me selling, especially as I've moved more up market and had more strategic conversations.